Hello, everyone. Going to give it just a few minutes before we get officially started. So thank you so much for jumping on a little early here, and we will get started on this month's digital sales training in a moment. Probably give it maybe 1 or 2 more minutes after the hour, and try to get everyone out of here in less than 30 minutes. So let me, 1 second here. I'm going to put in the chat the $100 giveaway for the Amazon gift card for attending. You do have to be here for that at the end. So if your name is called and you're not here, that is a bummer because it's free $100, right? So yeah, I want to make sure everyone has an opportunity to do that. And again, I seriously appreciate everyone joining today. So I'm excited to talk about well, the topic, and I'll give you a hint here in a second about increasing revenue with unique opportunities and ideas. So that's kind of what we'll go over, and I'll touch on the agenda in just 1 minute. So all right, we'll give it 1 more minute and then we will get started. Again, in the chat, there is that link to the promotion for the $100 Amazon gift card giveaway there. I'll draw that at the end and want to make sure everyone has ample time. I will send it at the end of the call as well, if for those who might not get it immediately, but just make sure that it's there again. And then if there's any problems, just feel free to chat in there. So yeah, well, let's go ahead and get started here. So yeah, just to touch on the overall agenda today, we're going to be discussing basically what are your sponsors needs, some of the custom entry form ideas, lead generation, exposure, social media growth, email opt-ins, and more, because trust me, there are plenty of different options and opportunities for your advertisers and sponsors, including the station as well. I think that's part of the kind of the foundation of Aptivata. We split the conversation, tips and tricks, which are towards promotions team, and then we have this digital sales training, which is more sales. But just know, even on the sales side, that you can help improve overall, just data growth and collection for your stations, as well as you're having the conversations. And then some Q4 opportunities and ideas to sell. I will touch on the home for the holidays. That was last month's, it was pretty dedicated for that. But it's such a large promotion. I mean, it's our largest annual promotion that we do, and it's unreal excitement surrounding it that I will touch on it a bit today. And then if there are any questions following that, you're more than welcome to chat into support to our team here. Or you can find some of that on the Idea Studio as well. So let's just get into it. So why Aptivata? You might have had this question in sometimes if you join one of these calls, or if this is your first time joining our digital sales call, you may think to yourself, why Aptivata? Why implement this particular platform? What's in it for me? And really, I mean, that translates to what's in it for my customers, because at the end of the day, happy customer for you is a opportunity for you to have increased bonuses or revenue, or however you are structured. I was in sales for 8 years. I did B2B management and enterprise management sales. So I understand the grind of what that looks like with lead generation and trying to cultivate some of those relationships into a plentiful source of revenue each and every single month. And some thoughts that I might have had myself, or you might have had, is will this product help you maybe bring on a new customer that you have your eyes on? Will it maybe bring back a customer that's churned, that maybe has kind of drifted away for whatever reasons? I mean, there's a plethora of reasons and for things to happen. And then the next question is, will you be able to upsell current business? And the answer to all of that is yes. The opportunity is absolutely there. Over my time here, I've been with Aptivata for just over 4 years now, which is awesome. It was a good celebration for me here. but I've seen it time and time again. Those questions immediately be answered with some affirmative yeses. It just depends on the solutions that you provide. Now, with that being said, this is, this platform and building out these digital promotions and selling them it's fantastic, but it's actually going to answer some of the pain points that SMB businesses or small medium businesses that they face. And with the radio side of things, you are bringing the amount of exposure and audience that they to be honest, won't initially get on their first digital campaigns if they were to do it themselves. So the power of radio is so key and fundamental when it comes to these digital promotions. And quite honestly, your clients, they are absolutely competing in the digital space every minute of every single day. This became more and more true as COVID came through, and that the idea of, they had to quarantine and social distancing, and there were plenty of businesses that were brick and mortar that didn't necessarily have a solid digital footprint. And what that looks like is, they're trying to increase their web traffic, their social media followings, their overall online interaction. And with all of that, those details, having that data attribution and being able to get some lead gen from that is, might be very difficult. I know that we're over, a year into this as well, or almost 2 years, it seems like. But those pain points are still there. And so combining Aptivada in your station, or whatever account that you are in, and creating that overall online, whether it's TV, radio, or any other type of account, creating just that overall 360-degree exposure is going to be crucial and important. Because like I had mentioned, there is, I believe there was a statistic came out, I think it was Forbes magazine, they said that it was 1 in 4 brick and mortar businesses were forced to move towards digital. And again, amplifying the power that you already harness with radio is going to drive some pretty incredible results that, right off the get-go, these businesses are going to be happy to use. So, and again, giving these increasing station revenue obviously is the ultimate goal, right? And with that being said, your sponsors have goals in mind. And the best way to increase your overall station's revenue is to provide very unique solutions to help accomplish those goals and execution. The more opportunities that you give to them, the better chance of getting new revenue or even repeat revenue. I know a lot of time we talk about, hey, get that initial sell, but we need to also talk about that repeat revenue, or that it's called net revenue retention, or NRR, having that from every single month in growth, because when a client churns, that definitely hurts and can also hurt you and your bonusing as well. So with that being said, there is no one size fits all when it comes to this, and we want to make sure that we provide here at Aptivada, that we provide as many opportunities and solutions for you to be able to optimize and get sold, and to help build those relationships out. Some of the goals that your sponsors are going to have, it is seriously, they are going to have their own set of unique goals. And I think, you already all know this, but these are some of the goals that they may have. And some of the conversations I have even had with, sponsors and as they're getting tied into these platforms and kind of presenting a little bit of solutions to them. I've heard it all. So, top and first out, top of mind for them is, what is a golden lead opportunity to them, and finding out what that is. And some of them are, hey, we want to generate qualified leads, and we want to increase foot traffic now that, some places social distancing is being a little bit more lenient, right? And their businesses are wanting more and more foot traffic in. I was in Washington, D.C. For work last week, and it was surprising, to see everyone walking around and whatnot. But going to different restaurants and everything, there are so many different goals that these businesses are wanting to achieve that you realistically can do and accomplish through building out a digital promotion and the platform, and being able to promote that via on air. So again, if they're looking to maybe even eliminate unnecessary expenses or integrate with a particular platform, you can do all of this within a digital promotion. I know you're seeing the sales funnel right here, and you're like, wow, a sales funnel. I'm very well aware of a sales funnel, right? You have your potential clients, You reach out to them, you build contacts, which lead to leads, qualified leads. They're getting a little bit further, and then they turn into clients overall. And originally I had this, this thought process again, what does that look like? And realistically, you can build a promotion that is basically a sales pipeline for your advertiser and your partner. You can build it in a step. So, each promotion, for example, let's talk about sweepstakes. Sweepstakes is a 4-step promotion. First step is how they enter. As a matter of fact, let me show you an example. Click into the next slide here. Actually, I'll click it here to this next slide and we'll go back one. So it's a 4-step process, right? So they enter in, whether it's like their email, Facebook, Google account, whatever, and then they jump to step 2, which is their demographic information. You're able to collect some data about that individual, first name, last name, phone number, and then going into, a third and easy step, asking some of the more qualified or the incentivized actions at this point. You're able to ask them to, take a short survey, visit a location for this particular promotion, it's enter to win. Their opportunity or their goal here is to generate leads. So they're wanting a survey taken, maybe even visit the actual dealership. And then the 4th step is just a quick thank you, right? So very quick thank you. Here's a, a $10 discount on your next service. Again, you can realistically customize this to, your client and exactly what their needs are. So with that being said, you can kind of see how we take them down the sales funnel. We, hey, we have this potential audience that we've broadcasted to. We're going to bring them in. We're going to turn them into a contact with that demographic information. We're then going to be able to have them provide more of a hot lead to provide answers to a survey, maybe visit a location. And then, as much as I wish that you could say, hey, they've converted, they went and they absolutely bought a car, the opportunity, or they went to your location, they purchased. We're doing all that we can through this process to get them to that location and to get them engaged there. And to be able to show that data attribution is going to be so critical and so important. And with our platform, you will easily be able to do that with our stats. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about how do we improve a relationship with a current client, or how do we gain trust of a new client that's coming on. Figure out what their real goal is and lead the people who are interacting with the promotion down a sales funnel, right? So again, this is a lot, right? This is a ton of different fields. When I say, hey, the idea of customizing it and building it for each individual sponsor is incredibly unique. It realistically is. I mean, there's so many different promotions that you can build from this, and these are just the options that you have, right? User fields, input fields, social, and others. Whether you're wanting users to upload videos, maybe an audio file of them. I'll show you an example here, just a little bit of what an example of an audio file one promotion particularly looks like. Again, social and whatnot, but yeah, you have a lot of options that you can basically sit down with your advertiser and say, it's build your own adventure book, right? What are you looking to achieve? And this is how we're going to execute it. Providing them a game plan and telling them, this is how, we're the experts. This is what we can do to achieve whatever they're needing at that time. And cutting back to that data attribution I said just a moment ago with the overall stats and reporting, everything is captured within our Aptivada admin. We want to make sure it's broken down to show, hey, how many people, unique people completed the promotion. You might get 10,000 entries, but out of the 10,000 entries, 4,000 of those were new people that are, new to the that newly entered or that have entered for the first time. And you'll be able to pass that data over to your advertiser or sponsor. And there's multiple ways of how that data can be transferred. Ideally, you're going to want to set up a data an integration, whether it's via a marketing tool or a CRM tool. For example, if Zapier is one, or Campaigner, Salesforce, my goodness, not Salesforce. And even in the auto industry side of things, you have Vin Solutions, Auto Raptor, plenty of options that you can look at and set up. And these are already these integrations are already set up. So on the technical side of things, there really isn't much technical prowess that needs to be done for this. It's mostly, they give us access to, via like a temp, username and API thing, and you're up and going. We don't have to have these long dev talks. Now, if it is a CRM that we don't have, then there is some time to look at that and see if we can even get set up. But majority of the time we have a solution for CRMs. This just provides real-time leads, so that way you're not having to pass on the data via a CSV file, every single day, or at the end of the week. That's going to provide some data security. So this is first party data. This is real hard data. You don't want that sitting on your computer or laptop. Say you're at an on-site, or you're traveling and your laptop gets stolen, and you have all this CSV files of user data. It's a big data breach. So this is going to provide a layer of data security. And when you have those conversations, maybe it's a larger company you're working with, and to them data privacy is massive. To be able to speak on that as an expert, and advise and have that set up is going to be huge, and you'll look great. So it's nice. So we do all the heavy lifting on that as well. And I'm actually going to give you a sneak peek towards something really unique that I think sales in particular is going to really enjoy. That way, because majority of the time sales does not have access to the platform. They either go to promotions, or you might have access, but majority of the time that's not the case. We actually just made a new feature, and it's our promotion recap email. What this is your team can actually input your recap email into the platform itself and of the promotion. And once the promotion is over, you actually will receive an email with a CSV of just the high level stats overview, right? So it's not the first party data. This is actually going to be the stats overview, as you can see here. And it's going to break down the fields, for example, in this particular one, a zip code or a street address or phone number, and it's going to show how many, total responses were participants of the promotion itself. And if you had, like, for example, if you had some social fields, like follow on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, for all you TikTokers out there, we will show that data so that you as a sales agent can see that and be able to, quickly speak. If you needed to quickly speak to your partner advertiser you're working with, and just get a quick overview. So this is going to be nice. Again, bring this up to your team and say, hey, there is a new feature for a promotion recap email. Multiple emails can be tied to it. I've kind of flirted with the idea of, like, maybe you could potentially incorporate your advertiser's email in this, but I would probably hold off on that. If you wanted, you could, but I think that this is going to give you just the quick fundamental, like, hey, this is how it did and how it performed, so that you can speak to them. And there might be some upsell opportunity and whatnot as you continue on, because as I said, longevity in that NRR is going to be huge as you continue to get more and more revenue. You want that to be consistent revenue, consistent business. That's going to allow you to have consistent bonuses and depending on your structure, and consistent longevity there. So really, 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 really excited about this feature. So please bring it up to your team. Say, hey, promotion recap email. So, okay. So now let's get into, a little bit more into the Q4 and the promotion side of things. I have to absolutely talk about Home for the Holidays. This was a slide from the last month, but I snagged it from my colleague, because I said, listen, I want that one just because it's true. You get to offer a full year's worth of mortgage and rent at no cost to you. You can easily just participate into it. I believe it covers up to, it's either $13,000 in rent or $15,000. I'm trying to remember if, anyways, and Aptivada actually pays that and covers it. I've been able to see that over the last 4 years, change people's lives, and it's pretty incredible. They're pretty awestruck that it happens. Yes, this is a national promotion, so there's it's going to be nationwide, but please feel free to tie into this. You can sell local sponsors and advertisers into this. That's one of the biggest benefits of our national promotions, is the ability to implement local sponsors and advertisers, and then even offer, if you wanted, a a smaller prize that's dedicated specifically from your advertiser or sponsor. So the whole concept on this is, it's pretty straightforward. It's a very simple, easy to win, or I'm sorry, enter to win, not easy to win. I wish it was easy to win. No, it's an enter to win sweepstakes. You're going to solicit on air and combine with the digital promotion. Again, on air sponsorship is going to be massive. You'll be able to do record promos and spots for this, live reads with that online exposure. I'm sorry, and the online sponsorship with logo exposure. Again, it's that full 360 degrees. You're going to be able to participate through that. With our national promotions, you also get the confirmation emails. Those are pretty much just turned on. You could turn them on and off, but once someone enters a promotion, they immediately get a thank you for entering. That gets you in front of the audience one more time. That's going to be crucial and important, especially if having that conversation piece with your advertiser. If they have maybe a discount or a coupon, or maybe they're an apparel company and they want to put some product on the inside that email. I've seen everything, trust me, and it works. On average, we have a 97 to 98% open rate, and I know that sounds insane, but it's absolutely true. I've gone over the open rates for the last year and a half, basically, and it's just incredible to see how these confirmation emails, right? It says, confirmed, hey, you just entered this promotion, thank you, and people tend to open them. So bonus entries will be tied into this promotion, and the run dates on that are November 1st through December 18th. So coming up really quick, that is why I'm having this conversation one more time. So once November 1st hits, you'll never have to hear me bring it up again, but please, consider this because it's going to be huge. So here's just a quick, a draft breakdown of what it would look like on a sponsorship opportunity that you could present. For some reason, I said October 31st on this. Correction is November 1st on that. So I do apologize that I did not correct that. But as a title sponsor, you have your name inclusions. You can change this up to however you want, but if you wanted to use this as a base to propose, and maybe combine with some of the proposals that you have and infrastructure there, you're more than welcome to do so. Again, for bonus entries, you're not really limited on what you can ask, right? It may be tie in like a gallery submission, upload your ugly sweater. I love ugly sweaters. I loved ugly sweaters before it even became popular. Even growing up, all the kids told me I had ugly sweaters. So that's probably a good thing that ugly sweaters are in. But yeah, a lot of opportunities here to really grow your brand as a station and your brand of your advertiser. So, and again, this is a thank you email, right? As I mentioned just briefly. So it is an optional auto response email that can get sent. Links, photos, coupons, videos, whatever you want, incorporate it. I've seen the promotions that do this. The advertisers have made positive comments and feedback, and I am looking at any possible way to put a positive footprint or a positive touch with anyone that when I was selling previously, like how do I increase that relationship? And we want to get those positive interactions as much as possible to help, because when at the end of the day, when you go to upsell, you'll have those conversations. So yeah, and so as a question actually came in, this is actually a great question. So for example, for photo submissions as well into any promotion, you can actually make any of these required versus optional on the incentivized bonus actions list. So realistically, if you are like, hey, we absolutely need them to take this survey, like we want to make that required, you can absolutely do so. The one side note that I would say to that is just be cautious on the amount of required that you are saying or that you're having them do, or if it's a very difficult, like a 18 question survey, you might not get as many people participating into the overall entry. But just keep that in mind. But I have seen promotions ask hey, it is absolutely required to take this survey or to upload a photo or to follow on, some type of social field. It just depends on how you structure it. If you structure it appropriately, you're good to go. But good question. Okay, yeah, and so kind of segue from the national promotions, because that's pretty much the last one wrapping up, and then I kind of wanted to talk about Q1 promotions of 2022, but I cannot believe it's already right around the corner. But let's just talk about available templates. We have over 500, 600 plus templates. They are plug and play. You can use all the graphics for that. I had some Halloween ones up here, but I was like, you know what, Halloween is it's it's already upon us. So I wanted to kind of more around the holiday traditions and whatnot that are coming up. Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, other ones as well. But yeah, you can utilize any of these. Please take a look at the ones that we do have in there. Just a heads up for quizzes, if you wanted to utilize a quiz, they are plug and play in regards to the answers and questions. We've already went through and actually built all that. So literally you just have to sell it, put it on your site, and it's good to go. You don't have to try to spend your time trying to build that out. I mean, that would be promotions, but again, time is money. We're trying to save as much time so you can earn more money. Some more Q4 ideas. I didn't really build out templates for this, but again, October, you're going to start building up to Thanksgiving. You have groceries, cash, bill payments, fall getaways, again, gas cards. I just purchased a truck, and that thing guzzles gas, so I do not drive it very often, but a gas card would be awesome. You have hotel stays, gift cards, again, tickets to events, Oktoberfest. We have a huge Oktoberfest here in Utah, which is surprising, but we do. November, you're looking, again, more home improvements, different things like that, winterizing homes, remodels. Real quick, just touching on that, an example of that I've seen some of the partners that I've worked with, they sold gallery options for like winterizing, for example, like, hey, my roof needs to be repaired, and they work with a roofing company, and they said, okay, we want to give away a roof, shingles and all that, and all the labor that's tied into it, and we want people to upload a photo of their roof, and let's get some visual leads that tie into that. And it honestly performs massive. A roof can cost, I mean, it varies, right? Tens to 20s to 30,000s of dollars or whatever. But again, kind of think about it. You don't just have to do sweepstakes. There's plenty of apps that you can incorporate in different unique solutions that your sponsors might want to participate in. The visual lead aspect might be a huge one. And then December, you got 12 days of Christmas. You can do, again, as I mentioned, maybe one for Hanukkah as well. And then we have our Aptivada mortgage giveaway, home for the holidays, pre-built, payment per year, all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited for that one. But again, a lot of Q4 ideas. I just wanted to help inject into your brain, so you're like, hey, you know what? We have some ideas that we can execute, and some partners that we feel that would be applicable to. Here's just some examples of promotions that actually ran last year. So Holiday Home Makeover, this was entered to win a $1,000 gift certificate. This is honestly a great promotion, through and through. Asking the right demographic information, not just like first name, last name, and that's it. They're asking, street address, city, zip code. People will provide this. Trust me, they absolutely will. Birthday, and then who do you want to receive $1,000 holiday makeover gift certificate? I mean, there's a lot of different options, and there were some different options there that they could select through. This one, Kumo tire, win a set of tires. Again, I was like, this would be really cool because I just got my new truck. It'd be nice to throw on some new, like some brand new tires on it of my choice. But some other options here. And yeah, so I mean, this is just a great example of great email, an email opt-in that you can tie into it, and pretty much just a great run through of the promotion itself, and it even asks like what type of vehicle they ask here. Jody asked, actually, for the holiday movie trivia template, is the confirmation email customizable like they are? Yes. So all of the confirmation emails are 100% customizable, by the way. So if there is a template that's already built or structured, you can just go in and go into the email side of things and set up for the confirmation emails. And then this one, a salute to the veterans. Oops, went too fast there. So this one was uploading an audio or a video message for your chance to hear your salute featured on air, just for coming up for Veterans Day. And this might be something that you want to consider or run. This can be done as a gallery as well. So consider that, where people can come in and watch a video. I always like watching the soldiers homecoming. I don't know why, it just always crushes me every single time. But anyways, again, a lot of different options that you could tie into, and different sponsorship opportunities. So, and the last and final piece before we get into the last resources here, and then we choose, because we are just out of time, how much to charge. Now, there are so many different dependent variables that you can consider when selling Aptivata. How long is the promotion going to run for? What is the prize? Who is your sponsor? Is it a mom and pop shop versus a large corporation that you're working with? What is your sponsor getting out of it? Are they simply getting just a email database growth, or are they getting the whole package? They're getting social, they're getting foot traffic, they're getting everything. You better be charging them a bit more than what you would if you're just a simple enter to win. I would honestly start by increasing your current package of radio, or on air, or TV, or whatever you may. Increase it by 20 or 30% and sell Aptivata for additional revenue. There is a lot of times that Aptivata might be tied in, or a promotion might be tied in as added value. Then stagger or build or structure the initial price to have that 20 or 30% upcharge. I've seen promotions be 100% and sell for it. You'd be shocked. I've seen one. I mean, they're unicorns, but I've seen some that sold for an entire promotion that was A through Z, and the digital side of it was $10,000, and everything else was about $6,000. So they made more on the digital side, but it's an offer that you can have with that 360-degree exposure. Again, here are some of the resources that you have available at your fingertips by 24/7 at our Idea Studio or Help Studio as well. We spend a lot of time cultivating that and making sure that it is up to date. And so please, if you have any questions, you can reach out there. We have our support team. One last time I did into the chat, I went ahead and posted the promotion, or the contest for the $100 Amazon giveaway here. So we are over time. So let me go ahead and get this page refreshed here, and we will select a winner. So one moment here. Okay. Perfect. So again, I'm going to give you 30 more seconds. It looks like there's just a couple more people. I want to just make sure. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and choose the winner. Thank you for everyone. And again, you do have to be here for your chance to win that. And drum roll. Let's see here. Oh, Seth Thompson. Seth, are you here though? Are you here? Raise your hand. Seth, perfect. Awesome. I will get that sent to you, everyone. I seriously appreciate all of your attendance and your attention on this. If you have questions, feel free to email me directly. I would, wouldn't mind having a conversation, jumping on a call. Again, seriously appreciate all that you do, and look forward to working with you. So thank you, everyone.